Hello friends, for those who are new here, I'm Tanya Rose Jacob. In this video, I want to talk about the Enterococcus. If you have any doubts, comment in the comment box. The word Enterococcus can be split into two words. Entero means intestine and coccus means round. These are the genus of round bacteria that colonize the gut of humans and animals. Initially, these were classified under group D Streptococcus, but now it is reclassified to genus Enterococcus. Now let's have a look at the difference between Enterococcus and group D Streptococcus. Both have group specific D antigen and both are positive for bile alkaline hydrolysis test and PYR test. That is, it grow in presence of 40% bile and hydrolyze alkaline to ascolatin that combine with the ferric chloride to produce black colored complex. The drug resistance is common in Enterococcus and not common in group D Streptococcus. Enterococcus is more common as normal intestinal flora, and the pathogenicity is markedly observed in the Enterococcus and less observed in group D Streptococcus. The Enterococcus can grow in high temperature conditions and in presence of 6.5% of NaCl and 9.6 pH and all. The mainly two species are infectious to man. The first one is Enterococcus faecalis, which cause majority of infections, and the second one is Enterococcus faecium, which rarely cause the infections. Based on mannitol fermentation and arginine hydrolysis, the Enterococcus can be divided into group 1 to group 5. Enterococcus faecalis and Enterococcus faecium belong to group 2. Now let's see the difference between Enterococcus faecalis and Enterococcus faecium. Enterococcus sorbitol and the pyruvate is fermented by the Enterococcus faecalis and not fermented by Enterococcus faecium. Arabinose is not fermented by Enterococcus faecalis and fermented by Enterococcus faecium. Enterococcus faecalis is common in clinical specimen and Enterococcus faecium is more drug resistant than Enterococcus faecalis. The Enterococcus has thick peptidoglycan layer which take the purple color on gram staining, so it's gram positive. It grows in short chain, usually in pairs. It's non-sporing, facultative anaerobe, that they can grow in both aerobic and anaerobic conditions. These are catalase negative, that is, they will not produce the catalase enzyme. Next, let's discuss about its virulence factors. There are 5 virulence factors. Let's discuss one by one. First one is cytolysin or hemolysin. It lies the sheep and human RBC. Cytolysin or hemolysin, like the name lysin means lice. It will lyse the sheep and human RBCs. Second virulent factor is the aggregation factor or pheromone. It helps in clumping of the adjacent cells to facilitate the plasmid exchange, which in turn transfer the drug resistance. Here, it will help in clumping the two adjacent cells, which in turn facilitate the plasmid exchange. Then it will transfer the drug resistance. The third virulence factor is extracellular surface protein. It helps in adhesion to the bladder mucosa. And the fourth one is common D group lipotecoic acid antigen. It induces the cytokine release like TNF alpha. Then the fifth one is coquolysin. It inactivates a vasoactive peptide called endothelin. Let's move on to the clinical manifestations. We already discussed about the extracellular surface protein, which is one of the virulent factor, which will help the bacteria to attach to the host mucosa. So, the first clinical manifestation is cystitis. The inflammation of that is cystitis means inflammation of urinary bladder. And it will also cause UTI, urinary tract infection, urethritis, pyelonephritis, prostatitis. And in case of intravenous drug abuses, it causes bacteremia, that is the presence of bacteria in blood, and mitral valve endocarditis. This bacteria can cause intra-abdominal, pelvic and soft tissue infection, late onset neonatal sepsis and meningitis. It can cause the infection on burn surface also. Next, move on to the laboratory diagnosis. On gram staining, it will take the purple color, so it's gram positive. Cocci which arranged in pair at an angle, so this arrangement is also known as spectacle-eyed appearance. In blood agar, it undergo gamma hemolysis, that is no hemolysis, but rarely it produce alpha hemolysis or partial hemolysis. On McConkey agar, you can observe minute magenta pink colonies. Enterococcus grows poorly on nutrient agar. Bile alkaline hydrolysis test and PYR test both are positive for the Enterococcus. It can tolerate extreme conditions like high NaCl, high pH and high temperature. That is, it is heat resistant and survive at 60 degrees Celsius for about 30 minutes. The diagnosis is based on isolating the Enterococcus in blood, urine and pus cultures. In case of endocarditis, on echocardiogram, you might be able to see the bacterial vegetation on the heart valve. In urinary tract infections, on urine analysis, the urine will be alkaline, that is the pH will be more than 7, and pyuria, WBC is in the urine, and bacteriurium. The presence of bacteria in urine you can observe. Abdominal or pelvic ultrasound or CT scan can diagnose the biliary tract infection and abdominal or pelvic abscesses. Treatment for the infection caused by the Enterococcus faecalis is mainly done by beta-lactams like penicillin and ampicillin, or aminoglycosides like gentamicin and or streptomycin. Resistant strains of Enterococcus faecalis can be treated by vancomycin. The majority of the Enterococcus faecium are highly resistant to beta-lactams and aminoglycosides. Here we can use vancomycin. Sometimes both Enterococcus faecalis and faecium can be resistant to vancomycin. That times it need expensive treatment with linsolid, daptomycin and all. Vancomycin resistant enterococci, VRE. It's mediated by the VAN gene, which alter the target site for vancomycin present in the cell wall. This altered side chain have less affinity for binding to the vancomycin. Here what is happening is the D-alanyl D-alanine side chain of the peptidoglycan layer, which is a target site for the vancomycin, is altered to the D-alanyl D-serine or D-alanyl D-lactate. So it's about today's video. If you have any doubt, comment in the comment box. And if you are not subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.